what
grow,
I'm
man.
saying. I have you seen Boots in a shark fight at 47 for him to
I
be
don't
talking
need
about
to.
he just
I don't
killer
need to
at
see him
54?
in. What's good, senior?
What's
Up in
going on?
What
Japan.
Hey
up,
man, hold
Coach?
on, hold on, hold on.
What
Now,
up,
so you
though?
know, I be listening, I be
I
quiet, I
know.
be
I'm still
calm
about to
lately.
do my
But
research
y'all
and
know
get
that.
that.
Hear me out. I be
I'm
back in the
listening.
comments lately since this nigga did what he just did with that lame ass shit. These are the facts, Ness. Ness, this is specifically for you, and you keep arguing because you want to be right, but you're wrong. And I sent you the clip where you 100% wrong. In the same interview that you talking about, the man said it may be time to move up. There is not one time. Listen to me. You won't find it. Ness, please come to the show. Tag me. Tell me you finna play it on the show. There's not one time. Neither one of y'all will find where Booth said he had trouble making 147. There's not one time you will find it. In fact, he went to bragging after Stanionis because he felt like he looked so good. Y'all the one said I got a problem making 147. That's y'all doing that. And that's the truth. It's y'all doing that. You feel what I'm saying? Go listen to Stanionis. Is the selective memory and the hearing and the understanding is fucking crazy. Did he or did Eddie or did Eddie not just come out May the 16th and say they tried to lock a fight down with my son for October, November, December? Did he do that?
Yeah, there was that whole speculation about that where they said that
Okay.
Eddie Hearn was trying to lock that fight in with y'all next.
Okay. He tried to lock that fight in with us. Okay. What he was trying to do, because I peeped the play, what he was trying to do is he's trying to keep the attention his way. He's trying to keep Boots in the cycle, especially against us. He's trying to keep Boots out there. So what he was trying to do was reinvent the ducking shit. It didn't work. That didn't work. People understood we had a fight coming up. Booth said the same shit with Stanionis. He focused on his fight. Too many people understood that. The duck talk didn't work. So now it gets close to the fight. He say he want to move up. He did that 5 days before my son fight. 5 days before you. First of all, I'm sorry. Let me back up. Please, just hear me. Let me back up. 2 days after he made that, Adrian Clark, Ness, don't go nowhere. Adrian
I'm here.
Clark.
I'm here. I'm
All
just
right.
gotta let the dogs out.
Come on,
Adrian Clark,
yeah.
2 or 3. Listen, Adrian Clark, your friend, you can call him. He gonna tell you, but nobody was gonna say nothing after this fight. But fuck that, I ain't finna sit here and listen to this bullshit. Adrian Clark reached out to Eddie 2 or 3 days after he put that shit out there. Cause I told him, I said, B, we ain't finna let them keep doing this shit to us. Fuck that shit. We know let's get that work. He wanna
See,
lock in. Let's
see,
lock in.
I don't know why you ignoring this. It says in the post-fight interview after his rematch with Karen Chukadazian on November 9th, Jerron did say it might be time to move up to 154 pounds. Specifically, in the DAZN post-fight interview, he states, quote, I think my performance was okay, but it might be time to go to 154. I felt good, but my pop will be better at 154, and I will be where I should be. I'm getting older now. I'll be 28 next year. I mean,
No, no, no.
it's clear as
Yeah,
Can I
day.
now,
ask you a
now,
He's
now,
telling
question?
you he can't make the weight.
wait.
Go
You're
ahead.
absolutely right. I heard everything. I listened to everything. He also said he had no problem. He felt good. He also said that same thing in the same interview. And then in the Stanionis fight, after the Stanionis fight, go check his press conference when you get a chance. When the show ends, go listen to the Stanionis post conference, and he start bragging. He starts bragging about making 47. He starts bragging about how that's y'all saying that. That ain't me saying that. He starts bragging saying that. People are not listening. Y'all memory, y'all selective memory is fucking crazy. Now let's get back to today. Fuck all that. Let's get back to today. May last month, when they just said you want to lock in, last time I checked, it's not October, it's not November, it's not December. So how the fuck was you gonna lock in the fight for us when we sat there and told you you never know what could happen? So what? This happened. Boots moved up, but to a lot of people we was ducks. We was ducks. Well, Boots moved up, so how the fuck is he not a duck? Help me understand that.
Because he got 34 fights at the weight, he just can't make it no more. You just don't want it to be about weight.
When
But
did he? Oh
can
my
I
God! You know what? I'm gonna
Ness,
go
can
do.
I
I'm
ask you
gonna
a
do.
can I ask you a question, Ness? Let me
Yeah,
ask you a
yeah.
question, Ness. I want to ask. Not Ness. Let me ask. What was the gap in between when Boots said that he felt funny at the weight with the rematch with Chukadazzi, and how long was that before he fought
But that's what I'm
standing on it.
saying. Y'all trying to put a time limit on how a human being could feel at a weight. Earl had
But he
less
said
fights
he
than
feel
Jerron.
funny.
Earl had less fights than Jerron, but the public was okay, and they literally gave him a pass for the Terrence Crawford loss and said that's because he was struggling to make weight. He ain't the same. He wasn't the same. He was drained. But now Boots can't be drained. That's crazy.
Did Boots say he felt great after staying on his fight? And did he say he been making
Googling
wait, did he pull that up. Did he say he made 147 easy on his own? He said he made 147 easy.
You are
can go get that.
You are correct. He
made
says, and I quote, I'm going to be stronger than I ever was at 47. I got my nutritionist. I'm good. I'm feeling good.
Motherfucker.
I'm
Thank
not
you, nigga.
drained.
Eat that shit, nigga. That's exactly what he said. Thank you.
But this the thing.
Oh, here we go. Well, you gotta spin.
You saying this.
You gotta spin.
Saying this before you actually make the weight. This is
you
all
gotta
before
spin.
you actually make the weight.
But
Ness, that's our thing.
Ness, hold on. Wait, let me speak. Ness, you are projecting what he's going through while he's saying, and you can go back and look for a quote where he said that's y'all saying that. Y'all meaning AIEU, Negro.
No,
you are the one doing that.
It says clearly these statements were made in the lead up to the fight. Which means
after the fight, go to the post fight. He said he felt great.
Not an indication how you feel after the fight.
Go to the post fight. He said he felt great. Go to it. This shit is easy. This is not even fucking. It's not even fucking ABC.
So you a fighter? You telling me you always told everybody how good and bad Camp was? Come on, man. Why you can't live in a world where it's hard for him to make weight?
Wait. I got a question. So he only said anything about moving up and anything about his time to make that 154 after he looked like shit against Karen the second time. Is that correct?
Yes.
So now he said on multiple occasions, and I'll find them for you and I'm going to send them to you, but I know you don't want to hear that shit. I'm going to find them for you and I'm going to send them to you. And he said multiple occasions he had no problem making 47. He felt good at 47. He said that now he has a nutritionist now, so he feels better than ever at 47. Okay. But wait. But Ness is going off of how he felt, or not even how he felt, his excuse. Because when it was anybody else, that's an excuse. But when it's for the nigga that you wanted to be for, it's a reason. And now, not only is it a reason, you're going to go back and give him said reason when he didn't even say the reason. He never said that. You're saying it for him.
I just want to ask you, do you believe like there isn't a world where it's hard for him to make weight? Do you think
No. Oh, I've seen this nigga in person. Me and you talked about size before. You remember?
Yeah,
remember
you
Giovanni?
You said Jalil Hackett way bigger than and it's not as big as I
fuck.
think.
Jaleel big as fuck. Jaleel big as fuck. Been big as fuck. I've been told you that, and that's why Jaleel Hackett could not make weight or had problems, and that's why he was in the sauna. That big Jaleel Hackett did it. That's why he looked worse than Boots did. And Jaleel Hackett, you see how he just moved up to 154 as he should. And wait, not to mention he was younger, so he was growing more. Boots is 27 years old. Like you fill out in who you are for a minute at about 23, 24 years old. But Jaleel wasn't even finished fully growing. But wait, let me finish. Hold on, let me finish real quick. But my thing is, you keep giving him these excuses when he's not giving them to himself. And I'm trying to understand why.
Because you had cut me off. Damn, I had a good point, man.
My bad. Go ahead.
Damn it.
Try to get it back.
I'm going to get it back. Keep going. It'll come back to me.
All right. So now, fuck all of that. Why did they put that shit out there? You don't think this? You don't think timing is everything? You don't think that is not a coincidence that Eddie came out and tried to lock in the fight with my son when he found out about the fight with Jen Sasaki when they did not when they did not offer us a fight before Jen Sasaki. So we need to make that clear. People get things mixed up. Oh, he could have fought Boots, but he chose to go to China. No, nigga, they didn't offer us no fight. So for all the people that think they offered us a fight, they didn't offer us a fight. They offered us a fight in August, September last year, and we know the Karen fight was already ordered. We know my son never fought in last year because of his hand injury. So no matter what, that fight would have never happened. I don't give a fuck what kind of money was spent. The fight would have never happened. There was no other fight since then. I'm so sick of this shit. I'm so sick of people saying we turned down something. We didn't turn down a goddamn thing, and you've never heard me say I turned down a damn thing. So my question is now is, Now that you got a chance to get exactly what you want, you was able to do it. First, you was mysteriously able to find the money for Karen. You was mysteriously able to find the money for Stanionis, but now you have a perfect opportunity, and you got a verbal contract, verbal open in front of the world, and we ain't ducking shit, never have ducked shit, that you can have this fight next. The one that you say you fucking want. You can have this shit next. The daddy talking plenty shit. Ain't scared of you. The daddy talking all the shit in the world, but you won't goddamn do this one time and shut this nigga the fuck up. Bro, it's a fucking duck. Now, why is he ducking? I have no clue. I don't think he's afraid. I don't know why the fuck he ducking. He don't want to fight my son. I've been telling people, and I'm sure some of these come in the comments, people have been in my inbox for months, since last year, and I've been telling them, I say, I don't think you want to fight him. And then the more I started people how they was moving, I told B, bro, he don't want to fight you. So I don't know why, but he don't want to fight you. Because I'm like, yo, I can't believe he'd be scared. Why would you be scared? You feel what I'm saying? But he does not want to fight my son. That's bottom line.
I got one question.
Yeah.
Why not? The Derek Cuevas fight ain't enough. It's not enough for him to get scared.
So how about this? You remember there was stories that I did tell about the sparring, and I did tell y'all that my son changed how he acted from that second sparring session on period, and the sparring session was ass. They were not good. I did say that. I'm on record saying that. You can find any interview I ever said. I said Boots did whatever he did the first time, and after that, after that, for the first 3 minutes of the second time they sparred, it was my son putting fists all in his shit, and from that point on, they both made a silent contract, and they didn't do shit. That's what I said. So I'm thinking, my son was 20 years old at this time. So in my mind, I'm thinking, you know what? You clearly see my son getting better. You clearly see he hitting harder. You clearly see even from Boca Chica to Santillon, he starts sitting down on his punches. You clearly see that he ain't the same motherfucker that he was because he's believing in himself.
Neither is Boots. Boots just won his biggest fight of his career in the best fashion of his career.
And did he look the same in that fight that he did against Romanville, or he looked better? Don't say he looked better because he didn't.
To me, he looked better with Stanionis because Stanionis a high caliber fighter.
Stanionis was standing in front of him, right? Okay. Did he say this? Did he say that Stanionis, when he was asked about Stanionis, what does he bring? What does he style? What do you have to worry about? He said, and I quote, nothing. He just put his hands up, come forward, try to throw a lot of punches, a lot of pressure. None we ain't seen before. Did he say that?
Probably. I'm assuming yes.
No, he did. He did. Listen, bro, I got all the facts on that. Is my son that kind of fighter?
That brings pressure?
No. Is my son the kind of fighter that's going to put his fucking hands up and just come right at you?
No.
And my son is cracking harder than a fucking Stanionis. Stanionis' biggest wins against Gabriel Maestre with 6 fights. Not to mention for the people.
See, this is like, look, how you on it? Why y'all ain't just take the fight then? You let 300,000 the 1.7. If you was this sure, how you let 300,000 fuck up that?
Ness. My son didn't fight in November. He wouldn't have been able to fight, period.
But y'all was in negotiations though, so you saying it was cap?
It wasn't cap. I just told you.
You went back and forth 3 times.
Are you listening? Are you listening? With the Cuevas fight, he was unable to fight. His surgery was supposed to be complete. His healing process of the surgery was supposed to be done by September. It was done about 2 weeks later. There wasn't enough time. It was done mid-October. There wasn't enough time for him to finish the count, which is why we had to postpone the count with the fight with Cuevas. There was no fight to take, Ness. Stop it. There was no fight to take.
So what was the negotiation about?
We was trying to fight, but we didn't know at the end there was no fight to take. In fact, I tell you what, you got connections. Why don't you do this to kill the whole thing? Why don't you get a hold of Daryl Peoples? Get Daryl Peoples on here and ask him, when was that Karen fight ordered, and could Brian Norman fight have taken place November the 9th? Ask him, could any fight other than Karen Chukadalian been taken for that IBF title after August the 19th? Why don't you do that?
That's going to be difficult, man. Peoples has been ducking this show for 14 years. I've had him scheduled I'm telling you,
you can Google it. You can Google it and you can look it up. The fight was ordered August the 19th. The deadline for Eddie to pay the fee to get it extended was the 20th. He did not pay the fucking fee. He didn't even win the purse bid.
But
I know
when was
more
the
than you,
first
Ness.
time you got?
Stop it.
When was the first time you got an offer? Since you know deadline days, when did y'all get an offer? Because at the end of the day, y'all was going back and
around the
forth.
same. It was around the same time.
Exactly. So
Wait,
it still boils down.
no. We got it after that.
It still boils down to if you accept that offer, you would have
No,
got that
we got
fight.
it after that. Listen, we got it after that. Listen, we got the offer after the 19th. That's first of all. We get call Adrian Clark. We got the offer after August the 19th, right? So look, when we got the offer after August the 19th, when we went to countering, we got it from 750 to 1.7. You saying we should have took some, or we should have did this and that? A lot of people say
I
we
ain't
should have took
saying you
750.
should. I'm saying
Wait.
if you so sure you could beat him and he ducking,
But
you should have took it.
we wouldn't listen. But we knew the fight was worth more money, and him paying Stanionis more money, and paying Stanionis more money, paying Gilsall opponent, paying Step Aside, him doing that showed us that it was worth more money, exactly like we thought. But no matter what,
That's cool.
listen,
But you would have took that 300,000 less. Then how much would the
no
Sasaki
matter
fight be
the
right
reason,
now?
Ness,
You would
no
have had
matter
three
the
belts to defend.
no, we would not, because we didn't fight. We would not have been able to make the fight. You're not hearing me. We wouldn't have been able to make the fight.
I'm hearing
We wouldn't have been able to make the fight.
I'm just saying that when them negotiations started, y'all have been able to make the fight because everybody takes step aside money.
Okay, but we wouldn't have been able to make the fight.
And if you got an agreement for a unification, the sanctioning bodies usually agree.
So, question: when it got down to November the 9th, when we found out at the end in October, the beginning of October, that would have put everybody in some bullshit, and we would have looked real bad because we would have had to pull out the fight. That would have looked worse. So what I'm telling you is my son was not able to compete in November last year. Are you not hearing that?
I'm hearing it.
You know one thing I see about you, Ness? You hate to be wrong, bro. You hate to be wrong. You hate it, nigga. You hate it with a
You're
fucking
not lying
passion.
about
A
that.
nigga can
You're
put
not
some
lying
shit.
about
A
that,
nigga can put
coach.
some shit right in
I
your
didn't
fucking
listen.
face and say, "Nigga, it's right here." Nigga, you hate to be wrong. It's crazy. You need to get that shit checked out. You hate to be wrong. I sent you that shit what Boo said,
to do a
and you.
poll. We about to do a poll.
I
Who
don't,
really
bro.
wrong?
Wait.
Who really
You know what the
wrong?
polls. Wait a minute. You know what the polls are gonna say, but the facts are going to say different. The facts are going to say different than your polls. If my son had did what he just did, what he's doing right now, and said we want to fight, and at the end of the year, and then the week of his fucking fight, we don't announce a fight. We don't announce that we have a fight. We announce a fucking possible. We announce a fucking possible, not even a move up. We announce a possible move up. That's strategic. The only one being slow is his fucking bootlickers, and you happen to be must be one of them because you're not listening.
This true right here. No, you already had the fight with Cueva scheduled on the Keyshawn undercard as the co-main, and Eddie offered y'all 1.7. That's true. The Cueva's fight was always there.
That's not true.
Bro, the Cueva's fight was always there.
Are you talking about the Keyshawn? You talking about the Keyshawn? Wait, you talking about the Keyshawn? You back in November last year.
Yeah, because it was supposed to be on the Keyshawn card, then it got moved to the McKellar card.
What part of is three things? The fight wouldn't have happened because the fight would not have been. If the fight would have happened, it would have been for my son title on it. It wouldn't have been a unification bout. You can ask. I tell you what. You in contact with Rachel Donaire, right?
Yep.
Why don't you get her on the show and ask her? She talked to Daryl Peoples. Get her on the show and ask her. You believe her?
Yeah. Ask her what exactly.
So get her on the show. Ask her, did she talk to Daryl Peoples? Ask her, could that Boost fight and Norman fight have been taking place and be for the IBF belt in November last year? Ask her that. Then after that, we're gonna go back to what I'm not understanding why you don't hear me saying. My son was unable to compete with anybody in November. Derek Cuevas, Boots, motherfucking Glass Joe, Hippo Dunn, Lamont, any of them. He was unable to compete with anybody. There was no fight that could have been taken last year from us. After that fight, you got people saying, you ducked 3 times. No, we didn't duck any times. We didn't duck any times. We got the negotiation last year, 750, 1.7. We told him you're a little bit short. He ended up giving this other nigga the 300,000 anyway, which he found that. But either way, we wouldn't have been able to compete anyway. And I honestly would have rather it happened the way it happened than us having to pull out the fight. That would have been even worse. We would have really been ducks then, because nobody had to believe that he had fucking surgery. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm really glad that it happened the way it happened. Now you got people thinking that we was offered a fight before this fight with Sasaki. We was not. They think that we was offered a fight before the Cuevas fight last year. We was not. We was not offered a fight at any other time. So now that we all of a sudden offered a fight while we already have a fight locked in, they say, okay, well, fuck it, let's set it up for next. We say, no, we want to focus on this fight. The world go crazy. Some of the world go crazy. Just the bootleggers go crazy for a minute. So we say, you know what, bro? I say, you know what, bro? Fuck that shit. We finna dead this shit right now. We call the bluff. We call Eddie. I call Bozy 6 times. I text Bozy. I text Derek. And all them niggas need to hear this shit. I text the big brother. I text all them niggas. I'm talking shit. I'm slandering. I'm throwing all kind of shit like, nigga, come get this work, nigga. I'm trying to get him come defend his honor. This nigga is pussy. He wouldn't do none of it. He wouldn't do none of it.
You think Boots gonna struggle at 54 then?
Depends on who he fight. He's gonna go. This is what he gonna do.
They
We
saying
know
he
for a
fighting
fact.
Can I ask you what you would?
Well, wait. They let him answer that question. They say he fighting Yoenis Tellez WBA interim. That's the
I'm not familiar with the way Yoenis Tellez fight. Is he a flat-footed fighter, come forward fighter?
Cuban.
He's like a Cuban
dude.
style.
Then he's gonna beat him. He's gonna beat him. It's the blueprint. It's easy. It's not even hard. He gonna beat him. He's back. He wanted to get back on. He wanted to get back on that diet. That's all. He needed to get back on that diet. He didn't want to fight no black fighter that can think for himself. And I can coach like a motherfucker. Anybody ever see me work? We can make adjustments. You just saw in the Cuevas fight. We make adjustments quick. You feel? You can go back to the even the Qua when we was in their gym. You can go back and listen to every word I say. Listen to everything I say do. When he do it, it lands. When it happens, it works. You get what I'm saying? But he's a lot stronger. He's sitting down a lot more. He's a totally different fighter. He believes in himself. That's the difference now. You feel what I'm saying? But go ahead. What you were saying?
I was gonna ask you. What do you think? What do you make of a possible Boots versus a Keith Thurman fight? We've been hearing that. Shout out to the other fight.
I think that's ass. That don't make sense.
Okay.
I mean,
we've been hearing that fight, but you said that you don't want. If you don't want, go ahead.
My bad. I'm sorry. If I was Boots, I would like the fight because it's great to have. That would be the biggest name on his record because Stanionis, an untested prospect like you just were, because that's what Stanionis are. Let's look at Stanionis' biggest wins. His biggest wins was against Butayev, and Butayev never fought anybody. Except what, one person, the old motherfucker. Butayev never fought anybody. He never beat anybody. He never went on to do nothing. He never did nothing before or after. Gabriel Maestre had 6 fights. They was talking about the money. I mean, it's so much I got so much. You got the money they was talking about. You got a guy, he only made $100,000. Okay, well, last time I checked, you go check the records. Stanionis only made $50,000 with Maestre. That was his biggest payday. So what the fuck he made less than we made with Giovanni Santillon. And then with Cuevas, they talking about undercards and this and that. My son got minimums. So I mean, you can Google that shit and see he made more than $100,000, and that's why Eddie was trying to lock in because we over here making more than what he talking about. So they don't want that. But either way, bottom line, we call their bluff, and it's not mysterious to me. It's not mysterious to me because I know they ain't won in the first place. But we call their bluff, and mysteriously to everybody else, they move up. They initiate a possible move up 5 days, but that's fucking timing. It's timing. That's what it is. It's for y'all not to even be expecting. And he's still holding on to the belts because he's praying that Sasaki win. He praying Sasaki win. Then he gonna stay there. He don't want to fight my son.
In my opinion, I firmly believe that.
Mike
I
Trump.
believe that he praying on the Pacquiao win. I believe that Boots is looking forward to that Pacquiao scrap if he can get it. And I want to say, I do want to say, I gotta ask you from the boxing community, if I was to see that Boots happen to scramble up to 154 and he find his way into a Keith Thurman fight, I'm not gonna say that he ducking you. No offense. I wouldn't say that he's ducking your camp. No offense. Can anybody on this panel say that a Keith Thurman fight, if he finds his way into a Keith Thurman fight, that he's ducking Brian Norman Jr.? Guys,
the fact that he's moving
Norman Jr. fight is a younger guy.
The fact that he's moving up, the fact that the time and you talking about him trying to find and falling into some shit when he got something right in front of him that he said he wanted. But let's make this clear. Again, I know everything. I pay attention, and these are all facts. Tio and Tio. Boots ain't fought nobody that want to fight him. These was his interviews. These was his interviews before he became a champion. I want all the names. I want everybody. I want Muhammad Ali. I want goddamn Tyson. I want everybody. Those was his interviews. Go back and look. I want Bud. I want Boots. I want Thurman. I want them all. Give me all the names. Give me Porter. Give me everybody. Right? Then when he becomes champion, that he got emailed up, such as we did, or elevated, just like we did. Then now he's a prima donna. Now on unification bouts on him. Man, now I don't want unification bouts on him. I want his daddy. Will you fight T.O.? Oh, yeah, we'll fight T.O. in a heartbeat. You feel what I'm saying? T.O. come off for a fight. Nah, fuck that. We only want unification. Unification bout come available. Us. Nah, we moving up. When you move up, you don't want a belt. Listen, y'all just finding it hard to believe in y'all mind and understanding y'all mind what's going on. I'm not. You just don't want to believe what the fuck you see.
Rachel.
There you go.
What up, Rach?
There you go.
Rachel Donaire.
Hey, what's up? I heard you guys were. Well, there was a question.
Yeah. Brian Norman Sr. over here talking about that you were corroborating witness in this ongoing Jaron Ennis versus Brian Norman Jr. fiasco. He says you spoke to the president of the IBF who told you that there was no way the fight could actually happen for unification.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's really simple, you know. If first of all, we have gone through this with Eddie Hearn before with Christian Araneta. He was supposed to be slated for. They were ordered to negotiate, and on the 29th day, then Eddie had put in for an exception and for a unification bout instead of facing the mandatory, who was Christian Araneta. So I know he knows how to do this work. When it came to Boots and Brian Norman, Boots was mandated end of July 30, let's call it. And within 2 weeks, according to the other side, what's his name's promoter, said that there was no communication at all from Eddie Hearn's camp. So what they did is they pressed mandatory that they wanted an immediate purse bid. Now, the problem stands, I can't remember if it's number 11, if you look it up on the IBF rules. Once a purse date is set, it was set August 18th or 19th. The purse date was set. There's no exceptions to the rule. So anything that was given before, after that is pretty much just written in water at that point. If Eddie wanted a unification and not do the mandatory, he needed to pay $20,000 non-refundable for an exception application to the IBF before the purse date was set.
$20,000 that you could lose that they might still say no to?
Correct. It's
hold on.
It's not could lose, it's you will lose. That's a fee.
Ness, that's all you saying damn to. You ain't saying damn to how Eddie was doing this bullshit and they was pulling some bullshit making y'all look like that. You ain't saying damn to that.
Been doing that.
Keep going, right?
He been doing that.
I based off of black and white. I based off of what has happened to us in the past with numerous other fighters, and I know like they know how to move. But the game is, if he wanted to do the unification, his best bet was once he started to reach out to other fighters, he could have asked for an exception, but he had to pay that $20,000 before the purse bid was set. The date, once the date's out there and it's in the rules, it's done. There are no exception to the rule at that point. So I saw President Daryl Peoples in the WBO convention in Puerto Rico. And I had asked him, I was like, so would Brian Norman have been able to fight Boots? He goes, no. He was like, that the application for exception wasn't in by the time they had sent out the first bid date.
You hate that shit, don't you?
So your assessment of the situation is that the Normans was just capping then. They never really wanted to fight?
You mean Boots?
That's what you got out of that?
He's funny as hell.
That's what you got out of that.
He's funny as hell. That's funny as hell. He can't. Hey, coach, you said he don't know how to be wrong, coach. You already said it.
So wait,
Listen,
Trying to
here's
set her up,
here's
man.
my
what you're
my
telling
assessment
us?
when it comes to
Hold
both
on,
camps.
Rach. I think
This is my assessment.
it sounds like what
What?
you're telling us is that Norman knew they weren't gonna be able to fight
No,
Boots.
no, we didn't. When you tell me that, Rachel? When did
No,
you tell me that, Rachel?
I didn't talk to Senior until I think end of like August 25 or 28. He'd
What
have
you
to
got to
check his
say,
text
Ness? I
messages
didn't know shit, Ness.
when I called him. So he
I didn't
didn't
know
know
shit,
until
Ness.
about around that time that there was an issue and that all the people that were coming at him, I was like, this is uncalled for. Here's the thing. At the end of the day, I'm sorry, but a lot of the fighters are just pawns. There's so many times that we've been told from fighters and from managers, oh, we're fighting you. And at the end of the day, the promoter's pulling the strings and they know which ones that they're going to pull. And as much as, both fighters wanted to fight each other, that doesn't mean that the promoter is going to okay it. And it is what it is, unfortunately. Unless you own your entire career, you're relying on them saying, yeah, we're trying to get this for you. But are you really? Are you putting your money where your mouth is? Well, in this situation, Eddie Hearn did not put the $20,000 non-refundable for an exception to the rule.
So, do you think that Boots is ducking Brian Norman Jr.? Or avoiding whatever word you want to use? Because again, Senior believes, and I mean Norman Senior believes that Boots can still make the weight.
He said he can.
I mean that's between the fighters. Like that's not something I'm going to get into because I think both fighters are exceptional. I think I respect all fighters. I just think that at the end of the day, no matter how much you want to fight someone, it's always going to come down to the person who owns your rights, and it's the promoter. So that's something that they have to talk about. And if he can make the weight or can't, I mean he says he can, and he's moving up.
When you say
He
it always
said
comes
he
down,
can. He said he can.
just to be clear,
Can
because
I
a
actually?
lot of us are always confused, and we say, "Oh, well, the fighter is the boss. The promoter works for the fighter." But
No.
you just said it comes down to the promoter. So can the promoter actually make a decision without the fighter?
No.
That's dependent on the verbiage that's within the contract because I've seen two ways. I've seen both, and it's highly dependent if you actually negotiate it where it's a mutual. So let's say Nonito has X amount of fights that he has to have, and the promoter has to give him options. And he has to have it. I always have it in his contract that it's a mutually agreed upon opponent, not someone that they're just going to stick down his throat, regardless if he doesn't want to fight him or not. But in the earliest stages of the career, was that in the language? 100% that was in there until I took it out. So it is, if you don't catch it, yeah, you're stuck because you have to understand the promoter owns exclusive rights to your fights. So that's the first part. They own the telecast, they own the promotion for you to even be on stage, anything that you do. A lot of them, they own your name, likeness, voice, all of that freaking stuff. Okay, so that's one part. And then the second part is making sure that within the contract that you have a say when it comes to opponents, that it's not just going to be exclusive right of promoter to match you. It should be mutually agreed upon opponents.
Can I ask you how like non-compete clauses work in the verbiage of these contracts as well? Because we've been like, for instance, we just seen the fighter that Ness had on a lower level fighter, Keith Cologne, for instance, or like Devin Haney, who's been able to fight on different promotions, or Clarissa Shields, for instance. Shout out to the GOAT, who fights on. Is there like the non-compete clauses in these contracts? Like, say if I don't know if Brian Norman, I don't know, I don't want to get into your situation. Hopefully, you knock man shit loose in Japan and you able to do whatever you want to do. I just wonder non-compete clauses in contracts, like the verbiage of that, Rachel. Like, can guys like float around, considering that we have
No.
promotions popping up?
No, you can't. So the way that like that stuff happens, for example, when we fought we fought at Tekken Promotions with Inoue Part 2. We were still under PBC, and Top Rank co-promoted it. We would have to have a what is it called? A service agreement with PBC for our services to be rendered over to Tekken. But it's not a non-compete. Like you can't just kill him out of the game and be like, well, I'm going to go fight on this other card, because you're locked under contract. For lack of a better word, they own you. So the only time a non-compete comes in is if, for example, your contract is done, and at the end of the contract, there's a clause that says that you are not allowed to compete for another promotional company. We have 6 months of exclusive negotiation. In addition to those 6 months, if that time runs out and we can't agree, they have 6 months of first right of refusal. So let's just say promoter A says, okay, we're done, we can't get into something. In the next 6 months, promoter B comes in and says, I'll offer you $1 million per fight. Promoter A has the option for the following 6 months to match the offer and keep you under their contract.
So who you got winning, Boots or
Okay, you're not gonna get me in this stuff. Leave me alone.
Can I ask you?
Thank
And I
you,
heard you talking
thank
about
you,
Chris.
thank
I
you,
heard
thank you, Rachel. Thank you, Rachel. I got to attempt to pick Ness back up because I'm gonna see how much he don't admit how wrong he motherfucking is in a minute. So I appreciate you, Rachel. Thank you for coming on here because I said, listen, do you trust Rachel Donaire? He said, absolutely. I said, call her. So I'm the one who told him to call you. So now we gonna
You
see.
see him?
We gonna see how he
You see
twist.
him? He
Look,
got
'cause this is what Boost fans do. They twist everything they can to fit whatever they would like it to be. While me, are out here telling you exactly what the fuck going on, and all the pieces add up. But they make these conspiracy theories
narrative.
to go around
Yeah.
what could possibly be transitioning and happening with that does not match what people are saying. You feel me?
No, and I
And
completely get that. Like, fans are fans, and they're gonna say what they want to say for their fighter, and that's what they should do, 100%. But there's a business in this game, and it's all black and white. It's completely public. You guys can go look it up on IBF's website, download it, and read it line by line. It's not really difficult. But the thing is like I said, at the end of the day, the fighters are going to be the fighters, and the promoters are going to do what's in their best interest. It's not that they're going to say all the time, oh, I'm protecting you, or I'm looking at your best interest, but literally, like, your best interest is more money in their pocket anyway. So it's not like they really, it's really their interest at the end of the day. So,
can I
like I
ask you
said,
to?
I respect all fighters.
Thank you.
I love Boots. I love Brian. Like, I wish them the best of luck. If they fight, then
Thank
they
you
fight.
very,
I
thank
hope
you
they do.
very,
But
thank you very, very much. Can
Ray?
you please let me go
Ray,
ahead? Let me go ahead. Go
you
ahead.
ain't hear what she said? She said she loved Boots more.
Okay.
no,
Let me go ahead and cook Ness. Let me go ahead and
He
cook Ness.
clowning today.
Rach. Thank
all
you,
right,
Ness.
He
I
I
need
clowning.
I
heard
need to
that.
talk to Ness.
He
I
He
clowning
got
heard
today.
that.
if he don't time me out,
He clowning today.
He'll snipe you, eh? He snipe you
he
Hey,
gonna
clean.
hey,
stop
Hey,
me
hey.
right,
Rachel,
go
I heard.
right.
Rachel, I
So
heard.
Gorman, so how we gonna make sure y'all don't price yourself out for the Haney fight, man?
There you go again.
Oh, here
But
we
you
go.
got
Here
me.
he go
You
with
got
that shit. He
silent.
doing that
What
shit
is this?
again,
What
man.
is this about? You go to it now. We not. I want to take this back. I want to take this back and make this simple for you. Now that you heard what you just heard, I want
Uh-huh.
to take it back. I want to take it back, and I need people who listening to understand and wonder: am I such a genius? Am I such a mad scientist that I can make things fall into place that I can't control to fit my narrative of what I'm saying and what I've been saying the whole time? Or is it what the fuck I'm saying is the truth? Now let me take you all the way back. Eddie, it started with Eddie. Eddie was the bullshit from the start. I don't think Boost knew that the purse bid was up. He didn't know that. I don't think he knew that the Karen fight was already ordered. Eddie went to them, sent them, and told them he sent them fake ass offers out, or them offers out, whatever he did. Told Boost that they turned the fight. You got to remember how this whole situation started. It's not hard. We was cool. Me, Boo, Bozy, Boo, we were cool. He sent the offer to us. I called Bozy. Bruh, they sent us an offer. We're going to take the fight, but the numbers ain't right, man. To let you know. Bozy, oh, man, don't worry about that, man. They don't know what they're talking about. They did what? Bozy didn't even know. So now, fast forward all past all that shit. Boost come out and say, Boost come out and say they turned it down. You know, that's what set me off when Boost said they turned it down. Eddie had never planned on any of that coming public. He had never planned on Boost. That's what happened. That's what he couldn't control. He had never planned on quiet ass Boost to go do an interview and set me the fuck off. That's what set all the wheels in motion. You understand? Eddie loses the purse bid. Eddie trying to go to Conwell. He's trying to go to all these people. So soft. He wasn't. He wasn't trying to make a fight at that time. Then when he missed the purse bid and the shit got sent to Germany, this is my only speculation. My speculation is that Boza and Boots got mad as hell. Like, no, fuck that. We ain't going to Germany because they ain't got no balls to go to another country and fight. I'm just talking shit now. I'm just fucking with you. Anyway, but they said, no, rightfully so. Now, rightfully so. Now I'm just talking shit now. But they said, no, fuck that. We ain't going to Germany. Make this shit right. So now Eddie got to overpay because he done fucked up. He overplayed his cards because he was trying to keep it quiet. It didn't go like he thought. So he put the shit on us. Everybody's ducking. Boots is the bogeyman, what does he call him? Whatever the fuck. You feel what I'm saying? So now they put the shit on us. It was easier to do that and to make these gullible ass fans listen to it because people like you want to believe he's a second coming of Jesus Christ. That's what the fuck it is. When we telling you the whole time, bro, we trying to get that word, we trying to smoke. And it wasn't even in no malice type of way. When I called Boza, it wasn't in the malice type of way. It was honestly, it's no different than any other sport. It's like, bro, we think we better than you.
Listen,
we think we can beat you.
That ship sailed, man. That ship sailed. That Boots fight, that shit is over, bro. That shit is done.
But what are you talking about? What,
your
no,
new
you
big fight.
You don't want to hear that shit. You don't want to hear that shit no more, right?
Haney.
So you don't want to hear that. You don't want to hear that shit no more, right? Now you don't want to hear that shit
because that Devin Haney fight bigger. I mean, it's just
okay.
bigger.
But now you don't want to hear that shit. But now that you found out, can I get an apology next? Can I get an apology?
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm sorry, and I apologize.
Get your FEMO.
I never meant to make you feel like you was
I need to screen record. I need to screen. I'm gonna screen record this shit and put it on my story.
Honestly, I'm just still giving Boots that benefit of the doubt that maybe he can't make the weight. I know you don't want to hear that, but it's 34 fights at 147.
Listen to me. You're giving him the benefit of the doubt because you refuse. Listen. Because you refuse to watch this, because you refuse to believe it, and he does not speak up for himself. When he does speak up for himself, he does not say what y'all want to hear. Everybody has made him a giant. I have a fucking picture next to this man. I'm 5'9". I was bigger than him. I'm 5'9". He's not big. He's slender. He's slim. He got slim muscles. That nigga's not a giant. We gonna forget the fact that cameras add 20 pounds. Like, what the fuck are we looking at? When you looking at fighters on TV, how many times have you seen them on TV? Teofimo, that's a little bit ass nigga. I know you know that. You feel what I'm saying? When you see these fighters on TV and you see them in person, they're two different people. You feel we gonna act like the camera weight and shit changed? No, he's not that big, Ness. Me and you had this discrepancy before about Gio Bonacetian. You thought he was bigger than my side. I said no, he not. Yes, he is.
But how you gonna act like you know how that man feels, Senior?
He said he feels good because the way I'm gonna act like I know how he feels is because I'm listening to what I'm taking. Okay, so
people
either
lie,
he's a fucking lie. So he lies so he only lies conveniently to fit what you wanted to be. Is that what it is?
No,
so when he lies the other way,
in boxing in general, fighters lie about that way.
Okay. But when my son was telling the truth,
they don't even be wanting to give out they walk around. It's like, nah, you don't need to know
that. Okay, cool. But what I'm saying to you is why does the lies only matter when it fits your narrative though? Why does people act that way? Why do people not hear like even with Eddie's situation? Now Eddie talking about Boots want to move up and you got people getting mad. I don't believe that shit unless Boots said. But when Eddie said that we did this and did that, they was ready to believe it. And I'm telling y'all why y'all believe in this white man. You feel what I'm saying? People are selective about what they want to believe, when they want to believe from the exact same fucking source. This shit is tiring and it's some bullshit. Who just popped on?
Let's see.
Huh?
Oh, that's just Marco.
But you feel what I'm saying though? But all I'm saying is, look, bottom line is,
I'm about to get messy. What you think about Bill? All of a sudden you jumped on talking about king this, king that.
Now let me finish. Let me finish on this. Let me finish.
Let's talk about the big fight.
No, because you want to hear that shit. I'm gonna finish. Let me finish this. My thing right now is people need to call it as face value. And I've been telling y'all, I put out posts. I said, you better not duck us. You gonna duck us. And that's exactly what he did. I put him out because I knew I saw it coming. I saw it from the interviews. I can give you everything that I was looking at. He was talking. I told you the interview started to change. He was talking about undisputed. I want this. I want that. Then they start asking him about Brian Norman leading up to the Stanionis fight. Go check for yourself. He starts saying, well, I don't know. We're gonna see what's next. I'm not focused on nobody but Stanionis is what I'm focused on. I'll be 2 times unified. I'll be lineal. This up there with Sugar Ray and we'll see after that. But it wasn't no talk for undisputed no more. I came out and said, hey, bro, this nigga ain't talking undisputed no more. He finna duck. I told everybody that. This nigga finna duck.
Your respect. You want your respect.
I said, this nigga, no, I really want his ass now. Pause. I said, this nigga finna duck. No, real time. I want him in the ring. I really want him in the ring now. No, at this point, I have nothing but respect for them. Let me say this. I don't have no personal beef with them. Never had no personal beef with them. Again, I've always talked about how they leveled up our game up. I always give much respect. I 1,000,000% respect the father-son dynamics and relationship. And it's a beautiful thing to see between the two. But this is the sport of boxing. It's a sport that y'all love, we love, I love. Y'all talk about this shit all fucking day long. And I'm saying we think we're the best in this sport at that division right now, and we want the man that y'all gave the eye test title, and we want to get an approval with him. That's it. And they're making it look like something that it ain't. And now that they're doing that and they're purposely doing it, we want that work. That's why I want it so bad. Because I want to prove it. I know what I see. I know a few ways to beat that man. Period.
Does beating Boots put you above? Does he make you number one in the division above beating anybody else at 54?
At 54? We at 47.
Right, but Boots said he's going to 54 now. So if you beat
Well,
Boots,
I mean, I can't say how we gonna be above people at 54 when we ain't made. Yeah, we can't be above 54.
Let's keep it 47 then. Does that make you, in your eyes, beating him above everybody? Is he the
we above everybody? We above everybody now.
All right.
It's cool.
Who is above us?
I'm not saying anybody is.
Devin Haney.
You gotta stop
You
this
mean
shit, bro. You
you
gotta let that shit go, bro.
If
anybody,
that's your
you know, I'm on the Tiafimo train. Tiafimo got that WBO,
for
man.
you, and that might be your first Atlanta fight. Let's be real.
So you mean the same Devin Haney that has not fought at 47 officially now that's been fighting at the catch weight. That's the same Devin Haney.
He's officially ranked at number 2 in the WBC, right behind the mandatory Suleiman Koskosko. He's also the WBC champion in recess at 140. He's also the WBC former champion at 135 and former undisputed and former WBC champion at 140.
135, 135,
a lot of history
and 140.
There for Brian Norman.
135 and no, it would be amazing to share the ring with him. I don't got no problem with that. But you talking about a lot of stuff that he done at 135 and 140. 147 belongs to Brian Norman Jr. and that's what we trying to show. And that's why we wanted the guy y'all called the boat.
Y'all ain't make it yours yet. Like saying it belongs to you without claiming
that's
it
what
yet.
we try.
Like, you gotta stay.
So
I ain't seen no Brian Norman flag on the 47 yet. Last flag we seen was
that's what
Boots.
we trying to. That's what we trying to plant. That Boots flag that was planted was by who? That Boots flag was what? By the flat footed guy that he said don't bring nothing to the table. But what he said?
That lineal belt that he put around his waist.
That's cool.
That made him the man.
All right, but here's the plot too. Is I've been fucking with YSM. That's my dog. I've been fucking with YSM on his pose. I fuck with everything I know that can get with Boots, so I can get them to get him riled up, to get him to be a man and grow some nuts, let his balls drop. You ain't come and get this work. So anyway, I fuck with everybody. I fuck with his brother. I fuck with his daddy. I fuck with everybody, brother. Y'all don't understand. I do. I be trolling like a motherfucker. I be fucking with him, right? And I be talking truth. I be spitting all facts to him, so they can't say I'm lying. I be speaking real shit to him, and ain't nobody said shit. I called Bowley 6 fucking times. And then when he went to 54, I said, I expect more balls out of you, blah, 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 blah. Keep running. I told him all that shit. You feel what I'm saying? I spit the whole fire.
What did he say? What was his response?
He didn't say shit.
Oh, man.
He didn't say a goddamn thing. Listen. Bro, they ain't saying nothing to me. They ain't saying nothing to me. They're not fucking with me. I'm a crazy man. That's what I look like. You feel what I'm saying? I'm a crash out. You know, they ain't fucking with me. They're not gonna talk to me. You feel what I'm saying? They're gonna try to make it look like they're above and high above. Now here go the plot twist of what I was about to say. Plot twist. Boost move up. B becomes undisputed at 147. Who did more at 147? Brian Norman Jr. Then we move up to 147. We fuck his ass up at 154. I mean, then we move up to 154 and we get him at 154. No matter what, he gonna get this work. The fans gonna slowly, because it's starting to happen now. They're gonna slowly start to see him for what he is. He ducked Virgil clearly. Then he went back and ducked Tio.
Who said you making it to that fight? If you
What
take
fight?
that Devin Haney fight, everything it changes. We don't know.
He really
Oh,
on this shit. Like he really
gonna
on
whoop our
this
ass.
shit. Oh my.
See, you think it's all about power, huh?
He really with this.
No,
It's a race to
but
the
see,
belt now.
Ness. See, I hear you talking a lot. You know, I listen to this shit all the time, and I hear you talking a lot, and I hear you brag about being a whatever the fuck for 14 years, bro. I'm in the game. I'm in the game. I'm a part of the game. I've been in the game and putting blood, sweat, tears, and all that shit in the game for more than double the time that you talking about. You feel what I'm saying? You ain't your boxing knowledge ain't fucking with me. You feel what I'm saying? So you can feel how you feel and think what you think. My son brings out. Let me ask you a question. If you come with a style, right? You got a guy coming. They talking about the toolbox and shit. You come with a style, right? My boy, the shout out to my boy Marcus Walker. You know, Cam Daddy. Cameron Walker Daddy. We was talking the other day. Kamari. My bad, Kamari. Yeah. My bad, Cam Walker. So I was talking to my boy the other day and told him to give me his props. I was like, damn, bro, you just hit it on the head. That's what I'm trying to tell people. You got the motherfucker over here dancing around doing this, i.e. Boost, i.e. Haney, i.e. whoever the fuck. And they doing this and doing that, but they run into it and boom, they get hit with a fucking Acme hammer. You know the Acme hammer, that Looney Tune hammer? Boom, you smash it and break all that shit up. What the fuck you think? Like you think any of those tools in that box, they gonna scatter like Sonic goddamn coins? You feel what I'm saying? So that's what's gonna happen with that. But not to mention,
he says scatter like Sonic coins. That's a bar.
Listen. I watch Boots, for example. I watch Boots in particular say that he got tools in the toolbox, but didn't know how to cut a ring off against Karen. And I taught my son how to do that at 10 years old. That's what I saw.
I mean,
bro,
nobody could cut guys like Karen
yes, they can.
William Skull.
You don't know boxing. Man. You don't know boxing. You've never seen nobody do that. You've never seen nobody look that bad. You've never seen nobody look that bad. No, yes, you can cut the ring off. Yes, you can. I started to make a video.
Struggle with Skull, man. When people don't want to get
because Canelo didn't do it. Canelo, listen, I made a video. I had to delete it because B don't want me to show y'all. Because you know I get free game. I made a video the other day. B got feet. That people think he don't have feet. I've made plenty of videos to show you got fucking legs. He can move for fucking. He can do exactly what Devin Haney do. He can do exactly what he can do. He can emulate all them motherfuckers. Ali.
Haney do.
Oh, this nigga here.
You out of control tonight.
Anyway,
what's in Japan?
So what I did, watch this. No. Hear me out. What I did was I made a video. The other day while I was in the gym. And I was making a video and I was like, let me show y'all, basically, I was really taking shots at Boots. Let me show y'all how to cut a ring off and this. Let me show you how basic it is. I'm 46 years old. So I said, let me show you how to do it. And I was cutting him off. I would cut everything off, and no matter what, his ass was right in front of me. And I was showing how to cut the ring off. I made the video. He was like, who you making that for? I said, I'm going to post it. He said, for what? I said, I'm going to show these niggas how to cut a ring. He said, don't tell them. He said, don't show them nothing. Delete. I said, you know what? You're right. And I deleted that shit. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you know, I ain't gonna get them niggas no game. I'm gonna delete that shit. So just understand when it's time to make adjustments will be made. I love people thinking that he's inferior in this. All he does is come forward. All he does is come back. Well, I'll tell you what, in 27 fights, 27 people thought that, 21 of them got knocked the fuck out, and 6 of them survived. You understand what I'm saying? Until then, he's on another level. He's on another mission. Nobody's even come close to beating him, so it is what it is. We're gonna show you when it's time to show you who move or whatever, Devin Haney or whatever. We're gonna knock the Sonicorns out of his ass. That's it. We're gonna freeze him up, freeze him right in place. Yo, boy, knock the Sonicorns out of his ass. Talking about my son ass. Yeah, we're gonna knock the Sonicorns out of him. But anyway,
that was wild, right? No, that was wild. He called him ass, but he wanted to spar him. I don't be understanding boxers. That was crazy.
Because they some bullshit. They gonna give the fans what they want to hear. They like to be Twitter champions. You know what I'm saying? We the real deal. We are here. Ain't nobody Ain't nobody calling my boy out and ain't finna get this motherfucking work. You feel what I'm saying? We gonna give him the work.
How we gonna make the fight though? How we gonna
We gonna
make
make
the
the fight.
fight?
You got Bill. You got Bill. You got
Because
Bill.
this is
You
the
got me.
thing. You guys with Top Rank. So is Top Rank gonna send Devin an offer, or because you on Devin's list, does Devin and Turkey gotta send y'all an offer? Like, how are we gonna make? Is Adrian just gonna call? Like, how are we gonna make this shit happen?
You gotta remember who I am right now. I'm nobody. I'm just the pops. You feel what I'm saying?
I know.
So with that being said, I'm telling you what I'm speculation of what we would like. I'm telling you speculation of what we would want. I've already said many times. You know what I'm saying? I would like, and I think my son would too. I would like it in Saudi Arabia. I like it on Turkey card. I would like it in Saudi. I like it in Riyadh season. Huh?
Okay.
It's overseas. It's overseas. Hey, look, it fits the bill of what we trying to do. You got people telling me, "Oh, you're a champion," and he going over to because we world champions. Look, I can't talk too much, man. We got weigh-ins today. My son got a fight coming. Hey, look, I done talked for 17 hours.
Where
And
the
say I can't talk too much.
He's sleeping. Where he
Getting
at?
yeah, it's 1:00 in the morning here. 1:20 in the morning on 1:20 in the morning on Wednesday morning. So weigh-in
has
is
it been hard for you to get adjusted to the time zone? That's why you up?
Nah, I stay up all night anyway. I'm a night owl. I be up, down. I be every fucking way. I'm straight.
Can I ask you what's the craziest thing that you done ate while you've been over there again?
Nah, I ain't gonna say crazy. I ain't one of them food connoisseurs like that. I don't eat crazy.
Okay, you're not a food.
Now
Okay,
let me say
okay. I
this though.
thought
No,
maybe you tried like the
bro. I
octopus or
got to
something
give
like
props.
that.
I got to give props and respect. I got to give props and respect, man. The food is delicious. The word is they don't have no preservatives over here. This food has been extra fucking good. We talking about American food too. This shit is delicious. So all of these people are thin. All these people, they don't walk around. I mean, it's a different world. I think everybody needs to come to Japan and see their culture and see how nice they are, see how respectful they are. It's hard to be mad over here. You know what I'm saying? You ain't have road rage and be mad at motherfuckers and cussing niggas out and shit. I haven't been mad since I've been over here till I was just listening to you talk that bullshit and they told you to send me that link. And I wasn't even mad then. But it's hard. No, real shit. It's hard being mad over here, bro. Like it's very nice. It's very respectful. It's like if you mad over here, motherfucker, you need therapy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Norman, they want you to be like Bill, not be like Bill. They ain't say that. They said, "Are you taking callers?" But I was gonna say that's what Bill does.
No. Not today. Not today. I can't. After the fight, absolutely. After the fight. I gotta let my son do what he do, say what he say. With the boo situation, I wasn't even supposed to talk about none of that shit. I apologize, but I couldn't help it. You was fucking with me, and I had to do what I had to do. So I can't really talk about none of that. But again, he's out the division anyway, so I talk about Devin Haney. I talk about all of that, and I take all the questions in the world about all of that. You feel what I'm saying? But that other shit, that's supposed to be dead in the water. I ain't even supposed to be talking about that right now, whatever. But after the fight, and we got to focus on this fight. After this fight, yeah, I would more than happy to take. Y'all know me. I don't do no smoke, and I'm gonna answer every question. Don't be in the chat telling me he ain't answer it. If I answer it, I ain't here, or I ain't understand what the fuck you was saying. You feel what I'm saying? I'm gonna answer all your questions, but give me 2 days and I'll be back.
All right. Well, we appreciate you.
Okay.
Thank you.
I appreciate you. Okay.
All right. There you have it, ladies.